Hey everyone, Tom Butwin here for Premier Guitar, and today we're taking a look at the Time Shadows 2, which is a partnership between Death by Audio and EarthQuaker devices. Before we dig into the pedal, make sure you're subscribed to the Premier Guitar YouTube channel so you don't miss anything in the future. So this pedal is a partnership, and that's where you get the three very distinct, yes I said three, sounds out of it. You heard two of them at the beginning, but there is a third that is totally wild. We'll get to that at the end of the video, so make sure you stick around for it. I think though, other than just listening to this pedal, which we did so far and we'll do again in a second, the best way to understand what is going on here is to use their own words. I'm gonna read a few of those to you right now. This is described in total as a subharmonic multi-delay resonator. I would say that's fairly accurate given the two tones that we heard off the top. Now, if we go with the first sound that you heard, this is the Death by Audio side. It's a multi-delay filter remorphinator that goes from icy shimmers to cosmic space caves of bouncing repeats. So if we go to the left side, which is the second sound that you heard, this is what they say. The EarthQuaker devices side transforms whatever you play into the sound of a jazz space bazooka. Yes, bazooka. It's a pitch morphed fuzz delay filter with so much attitude that you are actually intimidated. Honestly, that is one of the most accurate pedal descriptions that I've ever read, because when I hit that first B flat chord with the EarthQuaker devices side on, it shook my studio. It was wild. I hope you put some headphones on and listen to that. Go back and check it out. It's worth it if you happen to be listening to this on your phone. So let's just talk about how this pedal is working. It's a very complicated sounding pedal, but it's not a complicated pedal to use, which is really cool, because a lot of times when you see a stomp box sized pedal that can do all of these things, the control interface is very convoluted, and you got to spend a lot of time with the instruction manual to even understand how you can navigate it. Not really with this one. It's actually very straightforward, very simple, and even if you want to get into saving presets, which I have done, that's actually really easy as well. I would strongly recommend it. We'll talk about what I did for the two presets at the beginning here in a second, but we are currently in that crazy preset that is the EarthQuaker devices sound. That it was this. Which is wild. You've got a harmonic in there, you've got delay, and also, if you notice, there's distortion as well. So let me demonstrate real quickly here. It's very touch sensitive. My volume is all the way up on the guitar, so I'm just gonna lightly pick this. Now, if I really dig in, this is what happens. So let's talk about my two presets. Now, I dialed in tones that I liked and I saved presets. It's very simple. You actually have 6 of them available to you here, and they're recallable through this dial. So you can go through 1 through 6 and just select your presets. Now, to save it, very simple. This button right here that's lit up red at the moment. All you do is go to live mode, which the pedal will be green then, if I hold this down. Dial in your tone, press and hold that. When the light blinks, you're into saving a preset. Now, if I hold this again, I'm gonna go back to preset mode. So now the selector switch is going to allow me to go through the presets that I have dialed in. What I do wanna do though is probably go back to live mode though, because I wanna show you some of the manipulation here that's going on with the pedal. Let's start out with what we have right now, which is the Death by Audio. And as I said, you do have the two sides of the pedal that's selectable with this toggle switch in the middle. You can go from live mode to preset mode very simply, engage the effect, press and hold the foot switch, and you can see the LED in the middle there changes from live to preset mode. I'm gonna leave it in live mode right now because I wanna kind of manipulate some of the remaining controls for you so you can hear exactly what's going on. Now you've got the same 3 controls whether you're in the Death by Audio side or the EarthQuaker devices side. You've got span, time, and filter. And the little icons below this really give you kind of an indication of what's happening here. You've got a low pass filter here, which is really fun to play with. Time, you know, it's pretty similar to most delay pedals that you have used in the past. It shortens or lengthens whatever the effect is going to be. And then the span is really kind of different depending on what mode you're in. So since we're in live mode here, we're on the Death by Audio side, which was the first tone you heard at the beginning. Let me just demonstrate a little bit more with this. So if I roll this filter back a little bit, let's see what happens. If we go all the way up with the filter, generally, like I said, two very contrasting sounds, which I think is a huge strong point for this pedal. There is a third, though. There is a third, and this one, I'm going to be honest with you. Let me go back to live mode here. I don't really know what to do with this one. So maybe somebody in the comments help me out here. But here's the third setting. It's the middle setting. What do I do with that? All right, you music theory people out there, tell me what that is. Tell me what chord we're arpeggiating there. Please, somebody tell me in the comments. I know one of you will know. But given that it is a very specific little run there, I mean, listen to this again. We've kind of reached into sound effect territory there. So, I mean, there is a use for that, I'm sure at some point. Probably more studio, I would think, than anything. If you need kind of an accent or you're running through that arpeggio scale thing, like, I mean, maybe that's where you could use it, but... All right, so now we're almost into... I cranked up the span there. Now we're almost into like crazy B3 organ land there. Let's hear that again. The span is all the way up. It's one of those chords you want to resolve very badly, but it just doesn't. That'd be really cool actually if you could press like and hold the foot switch and have that chord then resolve. I think it would make a lot of us much more calm, but it doesn't do that to my knowledge. So really cool though. I mean, that third setting was honestly very unexpected. I went there last, as I did here in the video as well. And again, I think it's usable. I don't think it is quite as versatile as the first two sides, but talk about a pedal that is really giving you, I would say, more than 3-in-1, because you can do a heck of a lot of different things within each of the toggle switch positions. Not to mention, once you find what you want, you can save them as a preset. So as a matter of fact, since we're in the middle here, let's save that as a preset. I've got 1 and 2, those two slots taken up. So I'll go to 3, and then again, activate the pedal, press and hold the middle button here, and we're blinking. And now I have a third preset saved. So if I go into preset mode, which is you're just holding down the foot switch, LED is red. Now I can switch through my 3 sounds. Here's the first one. Second one. And of course, the third one we just discovered. Absolutely wild. It's absolutely wild. And again, though, remember, even with that third setting in the middle, you still have a very touch-sensitive effect. It has to do with the input level really driving some of the things happening in the pedal here. So have fun with that, because not only can you manipulate your volume knob, but you can really, really get some very interesting differentiating sounds within each of those modes by just picking lighter and then really digging in. So I have to say, this is really kind of a cool pedal. It's one of those niche pedals. It's not going to be like your only delay or only octave pedal or distortion pedal by any means, but it's a very specific thing. I could see writing a riff or song around this, and then obviously you got to have it on your board when you go play the song. But it's a ton of fun. You can also add an expression pedal over here, and you can even save those settings in the preset, which is, I mean, it's really cool. There's a lot going on in a very small package here. So I have to say, Time Shadows 2 from Death by Audio and EarthQuaker devices, really, really, really interesting pedal. Exciting. Certainly, I mean, something that I obviously wouldn't always gravitate towards, but that, I mean, both of those, again, not so sure about the middle setting, but the two like main settings from Death by Audio and EarthQuaker devices, talk about contrasting sounds, both really usable, both really cool. So I enjoyed this thing. Make sure you check it out. And again, if somebody knows what that scale is, make sure you drop it in the comments below. That would be helpful. You know, it's one of those scales you know, you've heard that before, but I mean, come on, I'm a guitar player. I don't know what that is. So somebody out there probably does. That is the Time Shadows 2. Make sure you're subscribed to the Premier Guitar YouTube channel so you don't miss anything in the future. Again, my name is Tom Butwin, and I will see you in the next one.